Hey, what's up, everybody? It's been a while, been a couple weeks, how many weeks? 2 weeks? I ain't do give y'all a video last week because we had Stomping Grounds on Sunday, and AEW Fighter Fest actually happened, so had to catch that, and that was a damn good show. We're gonna get to that, but welcome to the big push. I'm Jaye Maverick. I'm here with y'all again. This is episode 4. And I'm gonna start off with Stomping Grounds, because going back to what I said in the last video, new pay-per-views mean nothing. Pay-per-view names mean nothing. The matches on the pay-per-view make the pay-per-view. I'll say this again. Pay-per-view names mean nothing. New pay-per-views even mean nothing. The matches on the pay-per-view make the crowd. You guys are going to hear fireworks throughout the video from these idiots outside, so please bear with me. I wish there was a way I could silence them, but I'm sure that's illegal. So, sounds like AEW, right? All the damn pyrotechnics they had going on. But I'm gonna get to Stomping Grounds. So first match we had Becky Lynch and Lacey Evans open up the show, and that was a good opener. It was a good way to set the tone for the show. Lacey and Becky are doing a good job telling this story. And Lacey's that up and comer who's giving Becky headaches, and they're putting forward some good matches. Matt Riddle kind of got on Lacey Evans for botching a move, but you know it happens in the business. So you can't really hold that to her, but she can do better in her next outing, and this outing was very good, I think, in my mind. Her and Becky, I don't even know how long that match was, but it felt like they went for a while, and in the end it had Becky, the champ. I had her winning, and I'm not mad at that. I enjoyed the match, like I said. I thought it was a good opener. I won't say great, but I thought it was a good opener. After that, the Ali vignette followed. The thing with Ali is he was good on TV. And that's what I don't get, because if he's good on TV, why then would you take him off TV just so you can start making him do these cheesy vignettes where he's giving people weird looks in the street to help them or make them stop whatever crime they're committing? Like, Lady had a problem with alcoholism, and on SmackDown they did it. I think it was the the Going Home show for Stomping Ground, was it? Where he popped up in the vignette and he gave the lady a look and automatically she like gave up alcoholism. I don't think it works like that, but I'm no professional in almost anything, but I don't think it works like that. I could be wrong. So after Ali and his after Ali's vignette, we had Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus New Day and Big E. And New Day ended up losing this match, but it was a good match. Hard hitting action. Woods took a hell of a lot of damage at the outset of the match. Big E got hit off the apron and freaking went to sleep, it felt like, for like 15 minutes. That's what it felt like. And Woods is in there taking damage. Like, he's like, help. He ain't getting no damn help. Nevertheless, I thought it was a good match. I didn't think Sami and Kevin were gonna win. I thought how WWE was gonna go is they were gonna try to build New Day up as Kofi's doing his thing. They didn't want New Day as a tag team to be tossed to the wayside, so they would put those two together and, you know, let them do their thing in the tag team division. I was wrong. Sami and Kevin ended up winning that match, and after the match I said, wow, I don't like the ending, but once I let it marinate, I said I couldn't be mad at it. And that's because one thing I'm learning in a new journey I'm taking is that it's about the story. And sometimes, even if the person you like loses, it's for the sake of the story. And it sounds easy to understand, and you guys are probably like, well, yeah, that's wrestling, you gotta go with the story. Yeah, that's true, but I'm gonna get to a match in a little bit that the fans completely fucked up the story. Like, they rooted for the wrong people, and the wrong people they rooted for, actually, they're supposed to be the heels, but they took the cheers and they relished in them, which I don't think went over backstage pretty well. Probably didn't, but I'm gonna get to that. So for right here, we had Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens beating the New Day, and for them, hopefully them two, they can finally be a tag team. Because I think if they were a tag team, I wouldn't mind them running roughshod over the tag team division, whether it's Raw or SmackDown. I think they can do it because these guys are over with the crowd. Whether it's face or heel, they got it. And it's the same with the New Day. So WWE, do something with that. But here we had Sami and Kevin winning. Good match overall. Samoa Joe and Ricochet. The best match out of the three that have happened so far. We had Ricochet becoming the new U.S. champion. And I personally was very happy for him. Because what have I been saying since episode 1? That the U.S. title has been nothing but disrespected in recent years. Going all the way back to those open challenges. Like I said, it shouldn't have came to that. But it did. And it's not fine, no. But we'll work with it. And in working with it, it ended up with Ricochet becoming our new U.S. champ. The match between him and Joe was a damn good match. It was hard hitting. It told the story. Joe was kind of dominating at first. He was the current champ. He was the vet. He didn't want the young guy to get one over on him. But Ricochet, and I have right here, Ricochet, best offense in WWE, question mark. Because if you look at the match and you look at Ricochet on Raw and what he's been doing in WWE so far, go back to NXT, go back to Ricochet even before he got to WWE. His offense might be the best we got in WWE right now. Personally, I think so. It's not a perfect mix of like strength and, you know, agility and all the athleticism and stuff. But what he does in the ring, he does very well in the ring. And I guess if you're going to do something and that's going to be your niche, you better be damn good at it. And he is. And that's exactly why he became U.S. champ. I couldn't be more proud of the brother winning the championship. I just hope that WWE lets him be a great champion that he can be. He's a great superstar. Let him become a great champion. Then you had the club trying to hone in on his success, trying to get him to throw up that nah. It don't work like that. Ricochet was like, hey man, hop off my back. Y'all wasn't with me shooting up in the gym. When I was hitting bricks, I wasn't making none. And now y'all in here when I'm successing. Man, that's great. Successing ain't even a word. Nah, but y'all get what I'm saying though. And that's basically what they tried to convey with that. And it leads into what happened the following night. I'm going to get into that too. So Ricochet's your new U.S. champ. So what's happened so far in Stomping Ground? Becky Lynch won her title match. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens beat the New Day. Samoa Joe lost his title match to Ricochet. Ricochet's the new US champ. Next, we had Heavy Machinery and Bryan versus Rowan. This match kinda got me hot on the inside. Because the point of a babyface and the point of a heel. They play pivotal roles in telling stories. And even if you go to your hometown, you have to keep this story alive. O'Brien and Eric Rowan did not do that. They were the heels for the night. They were supposed to come out and be the bad guy. The bad guys. But they couldn't do that. They heard the cheers and they fucking lost it. They putting their hands up, relishing in the fans, begging them to keep cheering, keep cheering. Heavy Machinery couldn't get over. Every move that should have been cheered for the babyface got booed. Now, you guys might not think this is a big deal. Some people on the surface. But once again, this is gonna be the theme of the video. Storytelling. It fucked up the story. Plain and simple. And which is why I guess what happened the next night happened. We'll get into that when we get into everything else from the following night. But just that, man. They fucked up the story. And Heavy Machinery is a tag team that I really like. Up and coming tag team. And as a fan, it probably doesn't mean anything coming from me. But I didn't appreciate that the guys who were supposed to get, who I was cheering for, who were supposed to get cheered by everyone else, ended up getting booed because some guys couldn't stick to the script. That's simply what it is. Bryan and Rowan won. They should have cut the match short anyways, because whatever. I understand you want to cheer for your hometown kid. I understand that. When I was a kid, I wanted to cheer for John Cena too. And I did. Because he was a face. He was supposed to be a face. But if you're supposed to be a heel, be that. To the best of your ability. Daniel Bryan's been good so far. Why did it have to change? Then Rowan's dumbass following suit. Oh, he gonna... Man, listen. Heavy Machinery didn't deserve that. And you know what? I really hope sooner rather than later now they get these tag belts put on them. Because after that night, man, I think, and even so, I think they deserve it anyways because they're a good tag team. They entertained the crowd. They got over pretty quick. I think it was because of Otis. I think Otis is the reason they're over. But overall, they're a good tag team. Tucker is wildly athletic, like wildly. Top rope. He got the strength. Man, these two, they got something here. It's just hopefully down the road things go better for them. But like pay-per-view wise, but this, I wish it went totally different for them. And hopefully down the road, like I said, they don't get shafted on the pay-per-views by the crowd and their opponents. Next we had Bayley and Alexa. Now, if you remember the last episode, I did say that I was starting to look forward to the match, and I don't regret saying that because it was an alright match. They tried to tell a story. The story part was kind of off for me simply because I said it before. I don't like how Alexa was thrust into the story. She kind of backed her way in, like she didn't like the way it was booked on TV. I didn't like, but I guess I can understand it. Alexa's talented, and maybe she was going through injuries or something backstage. That's why she wasn't in the ring as much. Who knows? They know. But what I do know is I enjoyed the match. Bayley ended up winning, and she remained the women's champion. Nikki Cross interfering is what we didn't need. I don't know why she did. Hopefully she doesn't anymore. Hopefully this will be the end of her, and well, hopefully soon we see the end of her and Alexa Bliss in this partnership, because I don't think it's doing anything for Alexa, and maybe it's helping Nikki Cross, but this is not it's not a mutual thing. This booking is more symbiotic than anything, meaning it's benefiting one more than the other. Maybe they hoped it would work out differently. That's not the case. We'll get into what happened the following nights on what that followed Stomping Grounds. Alexa actually went on the Singapore tour, so she wasn't even at the following shows. But we'll get into that. And after that match followed up. The matches were very inconsistent in how, like, I remember back in the day watching, and you could tell that the superstars felt like, damn, this person had a good match, I gotta go out and have a better match. But this pay-per-view was kind of up and down to me. It had its highlights and maybe more lowlights. Maybe more lowlights, but it was kind of hard to get in the groove. I felt like Heavy Machinery and Bryan kind of really sucked the air out of it after Ricochet and Samoa Joe. Bayley and Alexa really tried their best to get everything back on track, but the show was winding down at that point. I think their match was good anyway. So, regardless of anything, they had a good match. I have right here, good match, lived up to the billing. Nikki Cross interfered, why? I don't know. Maybe it was to set something up for the following night, like they do. We'll see. And after that, we had McIntyre and Reigns. McIntyre and Reigns, I wasn't psyched to see. But when I did see it, my one thing was Drew is very good in the ring. And when you give him time to get his stuff in, and he's not just selling for Roman or being Shane's lackey, he's good. And we saw that in Impact and when he was traveling the world, even before he came back to WWE for a second spin in the gym. And this match furthered that. It was a good outing. I have right here. It was a good outing. Roman Reigns needs to be refreshed, meaning he doesn't need a reboot in character, but they need to use him in some other ways that they already haven't. We've seen him in hella title pictures, face everywhere. I don't know what they can do with him. They had him in a crazy storyline when he got leukemia. I mean, I guess that kind of made him a face for life, because if you remember before that, crowds would boo him out the damn building, and now he gets cheered regardless of anything. And I guess that's good. Thank you for being here, Roman. We're happy you're here. Some of those cheers. But WWE needs to figure out something new to do with Roman Reigns. It's the same tired thing. And I don't know if they thought Shane was going to help. But the thing with Shane is, Shane shouldn't even be in the ring like that. You have all these superstars on the roster begging for an opportunity. And if you did, threatening to leave if they don't get that opportunity. And what do? Nah, you're not going to leave, but here's what we are going to do. We're going to give this old dude another shot, and you just chill back here. We're going to have you chase R-Truth around for the 24/7 title. Like, come on, man. And I'm starting to, it's not that I'm starting to see, it's that I still have hope that WWE can right the ship. But if the ship is not righted, AEW is going to have some big signings coming real soon before they get to TV. Because these pay-per-views are nice. And they got talented people on their roster already. So it's not like they need WWE's dead weight. They don't need it. But it would be good to have, because the dead weight WWE has, they're actually talented superstars who can get shit done in the ring. You know? And it's a shame that they don't see that. It's a shame that some of these guys aren't going to get that chance. And I guess that's the scariest thing about professional wrestling, is that when you get to the big time, that doesn't necessarily mean that you are big time, meaning that you'll be that guy on TV every week. But I guess with the 24/7 championship, hey, they squeeze everyone on there, huh? They had Cedric Alexander win, former Cruiserweight champion, so there's that. That works out for me. How's it work out for you? But back to the McIntyre and Reigns match. They got to figure out new ways to use Roman Reigns, because I wasn't intrigued in the match. I was more intrigued just in the McIntyre aspect of it. And I can't wait till he becomes Universal or WWE champion. Whichever one is fine with me. Dude deserves a major title. He's a major player. He has the build. He can move around the ring. Dude's dumb athletic. Remove Shane from by his side. Put Shane back behind the scenes with Triple H, Stephanie, and Vince, the rest of the McMahon family. Because I don't know why he's the only one who they decided to put in the ring, but I don't like it. Not rocking with it at all. And what's that rumor about him supposedly becoming a WWE champion at SummerSlam? Man, so they need to find new ways to use Reigns. But as far as this match goes, the match was alright. McIntyre had a good outing, like I said. I'll repeat again, find new ways to use Roman. Roman's a good talent. I enjoyed him in NXT. I enjoyed him before the Shield. But something about when he put on those cargo shorts and that vest, they just couldn't get enough of it. And now that's all he is. And it's a shame that Dean, now Jon Moxley, and Seth were able to get away from it, and he became the one that got tied up in it. And Dean Ambrose did say wrestling in, he said wrestling in jeans was hard, but I got cargo pants probably ain't that bad. But regardless, find new ways to use Roman, please. Because I like the dude. I think he's very talented, but we're starting to lose interest over here. So after that, we had Kofi and Dolph, the cage match, and this was once again storytelling, and they've been working this story, and it's a good one. The ending was crazy. Kofi literally just diving over Dolph to get that win, to hang on to that title, showing he'd do anything to hold on to that title. And that's basically what it was. I think Dolph is still very good at the ring. That will leave for some time. He's still got a lot to give to the business as a whole. And I don't know where he's going to go after this feud with Kofi. But I hope it's somewhere. I hope they can put him in another title picture. I'd like to see him and Ricochet in a match. Dolph and Ricochet. I would like to see that. Cesaro needs some competitors. Maybe Maybe Cesaro and Dolph could get a rivalry going. Who else? Who's got the IC title right now? Finn Balor. Finn, what you doing with that damn belt, man? You ain't even on the card, man. Man, Finn. You ain't defended that belt. You didn't come up off it. WWE should implement a rule. If you don't defend your title within 30 days, on the 31st day, you either have to defend it, choose to defend it, or vacate it. Because I'm sick of these dudes hanging on the titles and just walking around with them like they're everyday belts. You want an everyday belt? Take your butt to Walmart and get you an everyday belt. But championships you have to defend. Please and thank you. So Kofi ended up winning the match. If I didn't mention that already. And he's still your champion. He's still my champion. He's still our champion. Kofi, thank you. You're doing it for us, brother. You're doing it. They saying you're a paper champ. But you ain't a paper champ. You and everyone else on that roster are falling victim to terrible booking. And I'm hoping that the signings of Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff as executive directors of Raw and SmackDown, respectively. I hope this works out for a lot of superstars that have been tossed to the wayside. Raw, I'm expecting it to work out for. SmackDown, I said this to a few people this week, keep an eye on Bischoff. Because he's proven he'll do anything for ratings. Dude's a loose cannon. He's going to need to be watched. Heyman, he's been with WWE for some time. He knows the tricks of the trade and all that. Seth Rollins and Baron Corbin was the main event. As a main event, I hated it. I thought it shouldn't have been the last match of the show. I actually forgot it was even gonna be on the freaking. It was still a match because when I saw it, I was into the Kofi and Dolph match, and then Baron Corbin's music hits, and I'm like, oh, fuck! I still got this match, and Seth deserves so much better. It's like ever since the Shield broke up, and they took him off Triple H, he had that good honeymoon period for a bit, and then they kind of were just like, well, Seth, I don't know, man, it's up to you now. But it's not. Like, if it was up to him, he'd probably be the best champion. He'd be the best champion in any promotion, probably. But the thing is, he has people that book the show for him. So it's not easy to be the best champion you can be when you got crockpots behind the scenes doing dumb shit. Writing dumb shit for you guys to do on TV. Having R-Truth. I love the brother. But having R-Truth run through your matches. So and Lacey Evans was a special guest referee, man. Like, come on, Seth. It's Seth freaking Rollins. Like, you have that on the Titantron when he comes out, and you treat him like, you book him like, I don't want to curse too much, because I want everybody to get this, but book the dude better. He's a champ. If you think you can't book him a certain way, chances are you're wrong. He's a champ. Book him that way. So, Seth Rollins wins the match. Becky ends up coming down like I thought she would. She got involved with Lacey. John Cone ended up being the ref that ended the match. Go figure, right? Baron Corbin lost again. So I saw today that Vince is keeping Baron Corbin on TV because of quote unquote his good looks. Let that marinate. Vince, first of all, Baron Corbin, if a penis were a person, it would look like Baron Corbin. I cannot. I like that. That's as accurate as I can be with this dude. Are you sick? I mean, yeah, dude got a good shape up on his beard. Okay. I don't know, Vince. You said you said women find him good looking. I don't know if it's women or if it's you. I ain't got nothing to do with that. If it's you, fine, bro. If you say it's the women or women you know, that's what it is. It's probably women he knows. Nevertheless, the dude lost the match. Seth Rollins, still your Universal Champion. I'm going to run through what happened on SmackDown and Raw following. It wasn't that interesting. Because Raw and SmackDown dropping the ball. These weekly shows, Raw and SmackDown. I think when AEW comes out, the only thing that's going to save them is, well, not when they come out, I guess it would technically be before they come out, is the time. WWE still has time to write this shit. They're not gonna, I don't think, because Vince won't give the reins to Triple H, which he should. But these shows, they're gonna have to figure something out. Because, okay, looking at what happened, we had Revival, Bryan and Rowan versus the New Day and the Usos. The New Day and the Usos won. Okay. R-Truth versus Drake Maverick. R-Truth won. That match was like 5 seconds. Quick as hell. Reigns versus Shayna McIntyre. It was a draw. That was interesting because The Undertaker came out. Now, I was reading on Bleach Report, and these mofos down there talking about Undertaker. I'm paraphrasing, of course. I ain't gonna directly quote that stupidness. That they necessarily shouldn't even be booking The Undertaker. He can't really move like he used to. But we know that. We've been knowing that. The thing is, the key is to put him with guys who are... Buddy, Chris Blackheart hit me to this. Shout out to him. Pro wrestling coach down here. Put him with younger guys who can slow down, but also he could not necessarily speed up, but maximize what he has with the young guy, and it wouldn't be too much for them, you know? And that's essentially what he was trying to get me to understand. I'm like, okay, looking at it like that, and then reading that foolishness, talking about, like, that's necessarily a reason why you shouldn't book him. I mean, he's a legend, one. He's a pop off rip. Gong hits, crowd goes nuts. They don't even need to see him. You could hit that gong 15 times and they'll scream at the top of their lungs all 15 times. And then when he comes out the 16th time, somehow, someway, they'll be even louder. So, and then they're talking about he can't even be in shape for the Saudi shows. First of all, how about you step in the ring at damn near 60 years old, taking bumps on that canvas in almost 100-degree weather? I hate doing that shit in 70 degrees. And I ain't even in a match. I'm just falling. You see? So, that discounts everything to me. And then On top of that, Goldberg almost killed the man. Let it sink in. Goldberg damn near killed that man. I don't know what wig blew the right way, so Undertaker didn't bash his neck on that canvas. But I thank God it did, because Goldberg, oh my God. But nothing Blackheart told me was Undertaker shouldn't have let Goldberg pick him up, which is also true. You gotta protect the other competitor and yourself. So I'm glad to see him back. I saw a report today that he actually gave a list of competitors. Smart. He walked in and like, y'all are not putting me with no bozo who think he can match me. Bro. I went out there and embarrassed myself, embarrassing him. Because he embarrassed himself. So he went in there with a list, gave it to him, boom, and that was that. Then we saw him on Raw. Just like that. And he working with some younger guys. He working with Shane and Drew. Drew, I'm scared might hurt him, but Shane won't. And Shane's worked with Taker before. You guys, if you got the network, you can go back and watch all that shit and then some. Shane's worked with Taker before. So it'll be buddies duking it out again. And I'm pretty sure in the video montages they put together, they're going to have all that history. I'm going to love to watch that shit. Extreme Rules is going to be dope July 14th simply because of that match. I'm excited to see it now. I just hyped myself up to see that match. That's crazy. I don't even want to talk about Raw and SmackDown. But I said I'm going to do it, so I'm going to run through Lashley and Strowman. Damn, I just looked down at that. That was tragic. They had them in a tug-of-war match. When we all know who's gonna fucking tug who. And it showed on TV, you had Bobby Lashley looking like he was doing something. Braun Strowman just embarrassed dude. Bobby Lashley got them hits in after the match though, but both these both of these competitors, wrestlers, professional wrestlers, deserve to be in a title picture. Period. And it's ridiculous that they're doing stupid gimmick matches like this to entertain a bored crowd because the product was, just what I'm saying, boring. It's nothing new. It's boring. So, next, the Viking Raiders versus Gallows and Anderson. Now, Gallows and Anderson, I thought they were off TV for a bit. I thought they had bounced. Like, they was like, you know what, y'all ain't using us. We ain't with it. And Gallows was like, I'm out again. Y'all had me doing that Festus shit the first time, and I wasn't with that dumb shit. Remember Festus? He was all stupid, but when you hit the bell, he do that. You get that strength. In SmackDown vs. Raw, the game, when that bell hit and he hit that Hulk mode shit, that dude's impossible to beat. Unless you're playing on easy, you are not beating him. Dumb, strong, kicks out of everything. His moves take all your health away. Jesse was trash though. I see why they got rid of him. Regardless of that, the club, they should really just put them back together because Gallows and Anderson by themselves, WWE clearly doesn't know what to do. But I feel like with groups, they do better. Hence, New Day. Hence, what they used to do with Nexus back in the day. Like, I feel like they're good with booking groups. Well, it depends on who's doing the booking. But now we got Heyman and Bischoff. SmackDown, we might get a little NWO action. Because we know how much Bischoff loves NWO. It might not be NWO, but it might be something similar. And Fox, you know, they're trying to do all kinds of crazy stuff for SmackDown. USA is going to need to step up their game. But NBC, we don't know. We don't know. They like to keep it clean. So we'll see. Fox going to play a dirty game. If they go to TV 14 for Fox, it's a whole nother ball game, fella. I'm telling you now. But, hey, that's what I think. Wrestling TV 14. Strictly for the promos. You don't even need to have those crazy gimmick matches and all the blood and that chair shots. You don't need all that. But the promos, like, fam, I need some people to be able to swear in the promos to get their words across. And if you got to put the show later so the chillins can be asleep while we watching cussing and wrestling, that's fine with me. Put their little asses to sleep. And they can watch a condensed version on some child's network without cursing and only matches. Like they used to do back in the day. When you go on MTV and you get that condensed version, you not really all the promos, but mostly the matches. It's like an hour and a half. Give the kids that. But wrestling's for the adults. 18 to however old you are. You could hear some cussing. So let me get back on track. The Viking Raiders versus Gallows and Anderson. Viking Raiders actually ended up winning this match. I hope now that their name is stable, the tag team can become stable because these dudes are talented. Talented. You brought them up to the main roster for a reason. Please do not let this be a tag team that you let go to waste. I don't care what tag team, you gotta move out the way to put these dudes in those belts, but do it quick because you got a lot of tag teams up there. You got a lot of superstars up there that you're not using that are very talented. AEW still got spots and money and health insurance that they can give to these damn superstars. So, fam, they learned their lesson with the chair shots. They learned their lesson. They learned their lesson. I don't know why they thought we're gonna get into that. So, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna do something for y'all. Right? Y'all saw Raw and SmackDown. We ain't even gonna get into that. Alright, we're gonna skip all that. I took all these notes, but it was shit y'all had already seen before. Fighter Fest. Yeah, I watched that shit. What was it, last night? And I watched that shit. I watched it again today. And that shit was, the first match, dope. Christopher Daniels and Chima, is that his name? Kima. I like Kima. Kima's a dope name, but I think his name's Kima. Dude from China. I don't want to disrespect, so I'm not even gonna guess. The match was good. He was Asian, yes. I just don't want to disrespect by saying the wrong country. But the match was very sharp, and the announcers, of course, told why those two, Christopher Daniels and Chima, had faced off years and years, in the past. They've been doing this for a minute. So the match was very good. And Chima ended it with a meteor off the top rope. And that was hard. That move, when I saw that, I was like, yeah. Like, I had got up out, I was laying down, and I had hopped up when I saw that. I was like, whoa, boy. And I knew that was 1, 2, 3. Ain't no kicking out from that. But the next match, potential, I didn't write it down, but I was thinking show stealer. Rio, Nyla Rose, and Yuka Sakazaki. That's a crazy name. Okay. So, Nyla Rose, right, is AEW's diamond in the rough. She alone can set that whole promotion apart if they push her the right way. Because she's different. She's big and she's Broly. To put it away, she's Broly, and she was in there with two women she had no business being in. Or those women had no business in there being with her. And although she lost, good outing. And she's gonna be, whenever they decide to put an AEW women's title together, I think she should be the first champion, and she should reign. Nyla Rose reign. And after the Nyla Rose, Rio and Yuka match, Rio ended up actually winning with a roll up. It was modified, of course. She had a leg. It was a roll up, and she won 1, 2, 3. And I thought Nyla Rose was gonna win. I mean, when she came off the top rope, that was wild. First of all, she hopped up on the top rope. I was like, she big as hell to be doing that. I'm little, I can't even do that. And then the distance she jumped, I didn't think she was gonna make it, but she made it. She probably could have went coast to coast on Shorty's head. I don't want to throw that out there though. I don't want nobody getting hurt. On count son Jay said, then he say I said, I ain't say. You know? So next match, Maxwell, Jacob Friedman. I almost called him Michael. I wrote down in my notes Michael first, had to cross it out. Versus Jungle Boy with Luchasaurus. Versus Jimmy Havoc. Versus Hangman Adam Page. Adam Page ended up winning. It was a good fatal 4-way. That was a damn good match. I liked it. One note I had, everyone got their stuff in. And I think that's what really brought me around this pay-per-view. Because in the first one, what was Double or Nothing, I kind of didn't get too into it because I didn't really know everyone. So it was hard for me to kind of connect. But now, second time around, having something to go off of, and even the announcers did a better job of telling an actual story between the competitors that were facing off. I really enjoyed it this time around. Fair to say. And this match was that and then some. I enjoyed it completely. Everyone got their stuff in, like I said. Jungle Boy, he even got into what was it called? Hanging Cannonball Moonsault. He kind of nicked his foot on top turnbuckle, which messed it up. But regardless, it was still dope. And it still sold. And I don't think no one but the crowd immediately around it really could tell. You know, but it was a damn good match. Like I said, Hangman ended up winning Adam Page. And we'll see. Adam Page is going to face Jericho at, what's their pay-per-view in August? If you know it, comment it. Or I'll comment it when I figure it out. Next, Cody Rhodes versus Darby Allin, which ended in a draw because they didn't make the time limit. Cody Rhodes had hit the crossroads, but he didn't cover him in time. 1 second too late. 1.5 seconds maybe. But Darby Allin, he might become my favorite in AEW. We'll see what happens next. But I like his style. He's very quick. He can switch it up. He can go power. He can go more agile. He can fly. He's good with the hands. He was hitting Cody with them hands. The only thing is, and he's got toughness. He's got resilience. The only thing is, I'm gonna have to see more. But from what I've seen, I like him. I like what he brings. From where it stands now, Darby Allin might become one of my favorites in AEW. We'll see what happens going on from here. But it was after this match that Shawn Spears bent that chair over Cody's head. AEW. My parents used to say something when I was a kid, and when I wouldn't listen to them, they would say, "Why do you think I'm telling you these things? For my health?" And usually the answer was no. So you ask WWE the question, or WWE asks us the question, why do you think we stop these chair shots to the head? For our health? That answer is yes. So why in the fuck would you, on your second pay-per-view, bend a chair over dude's head? Unprotected. Didn't see the shit coming. Split his shit in the ring. 12 stitches. Thank God he didn't have a concussion. Wow. Stupid. Not a mistake. A bad decision, sure. But plain and simple, stupid. Very unsafe. Thank God you can't do that shit on network television, or they'll be like, bye. Sandman. Gone. So I'm gonna get off that. The next match we had was Laredo Kid and the Lucha Brothers versus Kenny Omega with the Young Bucks. And they came out in the Street Fighter getup. That shit was hard. And they had Justin Roberts do the round 1 fight. That shit was tough. And the match, man, I don't know what's up. WWE been putting on some good ass tag team matches lately. This tag team match AEW put on here was dope. Man, listen. Only note I have on this match right here. Damn good match. Because the action was just, and a whole bunch of super kicks too. Them things was flying around, handing them out like freaking loose leaf paper. But nevertheless, it was a damn good match. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, known as the Elite, they came out with the W. Damn good match, man. No word of a lie. And that was technically the last match, because the next match was unsanctioned. Means it doesn't go in the record books. It doesn't count. So, and if I'm not mistaken, that was the last match. So, yeah. And it was Joey Janela versus John Moxley. Now, I can't use I won't use his former name, because that character is the former.
You already used it.
So, I know I already used it. Okay, no, but I won't use his former. I'll just keep it John or Moxley or John Moxley. But never the former. So this was an unsanctioned match, meaning non-sanctioned, meaning didn't go in the record books for AEW technically, but there's video of it. So But hardcore match, death match even. I mean, the thumbtacks, the barbed wire chair, the 2 barbed wire boards, the tables. Oh man. I didn't think they would. I thought they were gonna pull like an Impact Wrestling type of thing where they pull it out, but they don't necessarily like hit you with it like a Janus or something. But yo, that barbed wire chair, thick ass barbed wire, bro. About thick ass barbed wire. Jon Moxley got dropped on it. He got hit with it. Oh my goodness. Joey got hit with it. Man, and then the tacks. The tacks, let me tell you something. There's not a lot of things in wrestling that make me cringe. But the one thing that makes me cringe in wrestling is thumbtacks. Because I know for a fact when you fall on those thumbtacks, that pain will be like something you have never felt. I don't enjoy watching them sticking in people's skin. I don't enjoy watching people take them out. And it's not even a lot of blood usually, you know? But it's just something about thumbtacks that I'm not that guy, man. I'm just not that guy. And then John took off Joey's shoes and slammed his feet in. Oh my goodness. You should have seen. Let me tell you. And then when Dean slammed him in the tacks one time, Dean actually spit out a tack. He had a tack. His mouth. There was so many thumbtacks in that ring. Oh my goodness. TNA used to use those thumbtacks all the damn time. Always. He used to come to the ring with a bag of thumbtacks. Crazy ass. Nevertheless, this was a damn good match. I enjoyed it still. I was enjoying it up until the thumbtack. When I saw him pull out that bucket, like, in my head, I was like, nothing good can come out of this. And nothing good came out of that bucket. Because it was thumbtacks. And it was a lot of thumbtacks. Thousands of them. And then Kenny Omega ran in and got even with Jon Moxley. I expect to see a match between them two. Fair to say, AEW's event was better. WWE's they got their consistency in the event was. I guess it wasn't really their fault. Because I think towards the end of the show, it was that for me, the heavy machinery match really threw everything off. And like I said, I didn't like that at all. And it really threw off the rest of the pay-per-view. But AEW's event, I enjoyed it. And now some of you may realize, may come to the realization, if you happen to go back and look at my videos, that I was pretty hard on AEW in the first video. But I was hard on them in the fact that keeping this product this crisp and fresh on a weekly basis is going to be a lot harder to maintain. And we're seeing that now with WWE and how they're doing. And I was watching the ENC podcast the other day. Christian said the same thing. It's nice now because like once every month or every couple months, but when you have to do it week in, week out, week in, week out, you know, it's different, and it's gonna be up to the booking. It'll be a little easier for them because I think they're only gonna have one show to start, but we'll see, you know. But as they're doing with the pay-per-views, they're good. Great even, because these matches are, like I said, I enjoyed it. I could watch it again. And it was on Bleacher Report, so. Bleacher Report Live, that is. So, you can go watch it again if you want. Shit, I just might. But that was that. And we got a new week coming. We got Raw tomorrow. We got SmackDown Tuesday. NXT on Wednesday. Extreme Rules July 14th. And I think that's that. I'm Jaye Maverick. This is The Big Push. Thank you for talking today.